Hello there and welcome back to another Star Wars What If reaction. Today we're reacting to What If Anakin Skywalker was reborn after Revenge of the Sith, created by Fantasy Folklore. Be sure to check him out, links in the description. I cannot wait to see what he's coming up with this time. Also, I want to thank Nicole for suggesting this What If too. Anyway, let's jump right in.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's story, we are going to have to change some precursors to allow this idea to happen. For Anakin to be reborn after Revenge of the Sith, he must die shortly after Order 66. So the easiest way to do
of course, the easiest way to do it is that he, dies on Mustafar.
this is to say that Obi-Wan slayed him on Mustafar during their notorious duel. Perhaps Anakin's bid for the high ground wasn't enough, and Kenobi sliced him through the chest and killed him. Immediately after this event, Anakin is reborn as an infant on the Twin Suns planet of Tatooine. He lay alone in the barren wasteland of the desert planet.
Now, is he the same exact person without his memories, or is he the exact same person without or with his memories? Or like, is he just a different person now? Like, what?
Waiting for help of any kind. After Obi-Wan left Luke with the Lars family, he sensed a great vergence in the Force, something that was calling for him.
And since Anakin is kind of like a, he doesn't have a father because his father is, I guess, the Force. Then it's just the Force remaking Anakin, reinstituting him because Anakin is dead. They need the chosen one.
Follows it to the corner of the desert, an assertive cave looming ahead of him, and Kenobi knew that the Force was begging him to enter. Though when he stepped inside, he found something that wouldn't only change the course of his life, but the future of the entire galaxy. He finds young Anakin laying inside the cave all alone, cold, shivering, and in need of desperate attention. At first, Kenobi didn't realize that it was Anakin he was looking
why is Anakin in the cave though? I wonder.
At until he was hit with a barrage of Force visions, piercing his mind and thoughts like a tsunami. He saw Anakin as a young boy on Tatooine, images of their training, countless hours of being brothers. The Force had told the Jedi Master that this was his old apprentice, born anew and in need of desperate help. Obi-Wan would take the infant back to his hut for shelter for the time being. His mind...
This is like such a lot of hope is in this, and new hope. Like, this time he can train Anakin again as an infant. But I mean, it probably will be kind of weird for Kenobi, but
It was spiraling. He didn't know what to do. He knew that only days prior, he and Yoda had agreed to cut contact, as to protect each other from the Empire. But what he had just discovered broke those rules. He needed guidance. From here, Obi-Wan would contact Yoda. He was safely in his small hut on Dagobah, detached from the world and living in exile. The Grand Master was extremely confused, knowing that across his 900 years alive, he had never encountered such a phenomenon. Yoda says that he can't leave exile. He has failed and there needs to be consequences. But he tells his old friend to contact Anakin's old apprentice. She knows Anakin better than anyone and will help him as he grows. Kenobi understands.
Oh, come on. Kenobi knows Anakin more than Ahsoka, man.
And begins his search for young Ahsoka Tano. Finding her wouldn't take long. He simply reached out to Bail Organa, who had seen her on Naboo for Padme's funeral. He pointed the Master in the correct direction, and he stumbled across her on Maigito with Captain Rex, as they were establishing their new identities, hidden from the Empire. Kenobi would tell them the news of Anakin, asking for assistance. Ahsoka was stunned by this revelation, quickly joining Obi-Wan to help him understand this mysterious birth. Together, they decide to protect and train the child, believing the second chance could change the fate of the galaxy. Arriving back on Tatooine, they would begin to give Anakin the upbringing he deserved, one of love and care. They knew that he needed to be trained from the moment he...
You know what's gonna be a little weird? Anakin's gonna think of Ahsoka as his mom and Kenobi as his dad. That's like a little interesting.
He was a young boy. As Anakin started his training, Luke would join them, both 3 years old respectfully. His aunt and uncle were not pleased, but unlike the original timeline...
Oh shit. And the children are still there, obviously. So we've got Luke, Leia, and now Anakin reborn, and he's as old as his children. That's kind of weird.
Kenobi pushed harder to ensure Luke was trained. With both Anakin and Luke as fully fledged Jedi Knights, perhaps there would be a hope for the galaxy again. They would be raised as brothers, and their true knowledge of the unique and terrifying heritage wouldn't be revealed to them until they were much older.
Okay.
It was better this way. The boys needed a proper upbringing. Obi-Wan started by teaching them to sense the world around them, guiding their tiny hands to feel the flow of the Force like a gentle breeze. As they grew, Ahsoka showed them simple tricks, like making small rocks float or pulling objects closer to them with their minds. Anakin, who was always quick to learn, was soon able to lift several pebbles at once, while Luke focused on moving them with precision, directing them in different directions.
Okay.
The two babies giggled and played, but their play was part of their training. They chased moving objects that floated in the air, learning how to control their actions even while distracted. As they got older, their abilities grew stronger. They learned to move faster, using the Force.
I mean, Anakin, so he's got like 23,000 midichlorians, and I'm pretty sure Luke and Leia were born like 21,000. So this is the two most powerful fucking beings in the world, basically.
To leap short distances or push off from the ground. Anakin, naturally adventurous, tried jumping over small gaps, while Luke worked on making small soft landings. They practiced shielding themselves with the Force, creating a small barrier that protected them from gentle gusts of wind that Ahsoka sent their way.
Interesting.
Over time, they became powerful for their age, able to lift large rocks, jump higher, and feel the presence of each other even when they hid. By the time they were old enough to walk and talk, both Anakin and Luke showed a deep connection to the Force, understanding its flow and energy in ways beyond what other younglings their age could have done. They had become strong and skilled, their bond growing stronger with every lesson, ready for whatever challenges their future would bring.
Wow.
As teenagers, Luke and Anakin's lightsaber training became intense and focused. They practiced every day, their skills growing at an incredible pace. Under Obi-Wan and Ahsoka's
Nah, Palpatine is screwed.
guidance, they mastered the basics quickly, moving on to advanced forms of combat. Anakin was known for his speed and powerful strikes, while Luke showed incredible precision and control. Together, they trained with multiple opponents, often taking on groups of training droids at once, easily outmaneuvering them and defeating them.
Wow.
They practiced using the Force to guide their lightsabers, making their attacks and defenses nearly impossible to predict. Anakin could use the Force to pull his lightsaber back to him if it was knocked away, while Luke could create a shield with the Force to protect himself while fighting.
Wow.
Both of them learned to fight blindfolded, trusting only in the Force to guide their movements, and soon they could block blaster bolts without seeing them. Their bond with each other made them even stronger, able to sense each other's thoughts and move in perfect sync during battles. By the time they reached their late
What about their sister?
teens, Luke and Anakin were known as the most powerful Padawans in Jedi history, with skills that rivaled even some of the Jedi Masters. They were ready for any challenge, their lightsabers and the Force as extensions of themselves, prepared to face whatever lay ahead in their journey as Jedi. When Anakin turned 16, he began to have strange visions of a woman calling out to him, telling him that it was time to remember. The revision kept repeating for days, growing clearer
Time to remember. Is he suddenly gonna gain his memories back?
each time. In one of the visions, he finally saw a temple on a distant planet called Tython. Anakin told his masters about the vision, and they decided to go there together to find answers. When they arrived on Tython, they felt a strong pull through the Force,
Okay.
guiding them deeper into the ancient temple. As they walked, they could feel the energy in the air, almost like the temple itself was alive. Their senses led them to the heart of the temple, where they found a large, mysterious mirror standing alone in the dark
A mirror?
chamber. Across the top of the mirror, written in the old Jedi language, were the words, "Mirror of Memories." Anakin felt a strange connection to it, like it was calling to him, and the air around them seemed to hum with power. The
Okay.
Masters watched closely, sensing something important was about to happen, while Anakin slowly stepped closer, knowing that whatever he was about to see could change everything. Anakin stands before the Mirror of Memories, feeling drawn to it despite Ahsoka's warning to stay back. He steps closer and looks into the mirror, and suddenly, his mind is flooded with images and memories from a life he never knew he had lived.
Oh shit, I mean, is this gonna fuck some stuff up?
He sees himself as Anakin Skywalker, a powerful Jedi who became Darth Vader and slaughtered the Jedi Order, ridding it from the galaxy. He sees his fall, his battles, his pain, and finally, his death, and rebirth as a new person. The shock is too much for him, and he collapses to the ground, overwhelmed by everything he has just seen. At the same time, a figure steps out from the shadows, a dark form that looks exactly like Darth Vader, created by the mirror from Anakin's own fears and regrets.
Wow.
The shadow attacks Luke, and a fierce battle begins. Luke fights bravely, igniting his emerald lightsaber, and he is determined to destroy the shadow, but it seems impossible to defeat, growing stronger with every attack. Anakin watches, confused and afraid, unsure of what to do now that he knows about his past. He feels like a stranger to his own memories. As the fight continues, the spirit of Qui-Gon Jinn appears before Anakin,
What?
calm and wise. Kenobi almost falls to his knees at the image of his old master. With the wave of his hand, Qui-Gon eliminates the Shadow Vader and he saves them.
Oh,
He
okay.
tells them all that a long road lay ahead, and they must work together to defeat the darkness that has spilled into the galaxy. They are the final hope for peace. With that, Jinn dissipates, and the four of them are left stunned in silence. The battle is over, and they leave Tython, knowing that Anakin has taken an important step toward finding his true path as a Jedi once more. Anakin feels overwhelmed and distraught, struggling to accept that he was once the person who destroyed the Jedi. He turns to his masters and asks why they never told him the truth about his past life. They gently explained to him that they didn't want him to be burdened with all this pain and guilt after what he had done. But now, Anakin feels a deep need to make up for his mistakes and atone for the harm he has caused. He is more determined than ever to destroy the Emperor and bring balance back to the galaxy. They each know that
Didn't tell him that his brother is, his son, and they also have a sister that's actually his daughter.
they need some sort of plan to help defeat the Empire. There is power in numbers, and currently it feels as though it's the four of them against the entire Empire. Hey guys, make sure to check out our saber shop, Fantasy Sabers, for the best NeoPixel sabers on the market. We have a bunch of perfect replicas and other insane Padawan
Man, this is
sabers
cool.
for sale.
Yo, give me
Check
that-
them
give me
out
that
on
saber.
our website, first link in the description
Where's Count
below,
Dookie's saber?
and grab your own one today. Anakin and Luke's masters agree that they need to find more survivors from Order 66 to help them in this fight.
Yep.
After some searching, they hear about Quinlan Voss,
Let's
a
go.
once close friend of Kenobi's and a very powerful Jedi who might still be alive. They follow rumors and clues across the galaxy until they find him hiding on the planet Mapizo.
Oh.
Quinlan is cautious at first, not knowing if he can trust them, but after a long conversations with Kenobi, he decides that he can join him. He trusts his old friend, and although he doesn't really know who these other people are, seeing his old friend in Obi-Wan
Come on, he knows who Ahsoka is, right?
again was heartwarming to him. During Order 66, Quinlan Voss narrowly escaped the deadly purge that targeted against the Jedi across the galaxy. As the clone troopers turned against their comrades, Quinlan went into hiding, using his skills and knowledge from his time as a Jedi to blend into the shadows of the galaxy's underworld. He fled to Nar Shaddaa, a planet known for its criminal activity, where he used his connections with smugglers and informants to gather information about the Empire's activities. For years, Quinlan worked in secret, avoiding Imperial patrols and hunting parties. He kept a low profile while piecing together bits of information about the Empire's plans and the
Interesting.
fate of other Jedi. For years, Quinlan had been piecing together bits of information about what the Empire was up to. One day, he intercepted some highly secret transmissions between Imperial officers. These messages mentioned a place called the Imperial Shadow Base on a distant and remote planet
The fuck?
known as Biss. The officers spoke in vague terms, but Quinlan knew that the Biss was a secret fortress where the Emperor went to conduct his dark side experiments.
Interesting.
The base was more than just a hidden location. It was described as the Emperor's true sanctuary, a place where he recharged his power and kept his most sensitive information and dangerous artifacts. But he
Okay.
also explained that this wasn't the most crucial piece of information. Quinlan leaned in, looking serious as he told Anakin and the others that he had learned something very important. He explained that in just 1 week, the Emperor planned to test a huge, powerful weapon at the Imperial Shadow Base.
Oh shit, the Death Star.
This weapon could destroy entire planets, and Quinlan knew that the Emperor would definitely be there for the test. He believed that this was their best chance to confront Palpatine and stop him before he could use the weapon. The urgency in Quinlan's voice
I wonder how Palpatine's gonna react to Anakin.
made it clear that they needed to act quickly to take down the Emperor
Bring Yoda.
while he was focused on the test.
Please.
They planned to use the Imperial Shield bypass codes. Quinlan had to sneak into Biss without being seen. Disguised as Imperial maintenance crew, their goal was to sabotage the weapon and confront the Emperor while everything was in chaos. They managed to enter Biss by pretending to be an Imperial supply convoy,
Okay.
using the codes to get past the planet's defenses. Once inside, they split up. Anakin, Luke, and Ahsoka went to the testing facility where the super laser prototype was kept, while Quinlan and Kenobi worked to disable key security systems to avoid being detected and give their team more time.
Okay.
In the facility, they found out that the prototype was still not fully ready. It needed huge crystals to work, and its cooling systems were not very reliable. They decided the best way to sabotage
Oh, I remember the whole Kyber Crystal stuff in the Rebels show. They showed a lot of that when the Empire was looking for a bunch of Kyber Crystals.
it was to overload the power supply, which would make the weapon fail completely during the test. As Anakin, Luke, Ahsoka, and Quinlan put their sabotage plan into action, Emperor Palpatine arrives at the facility with a group of Imperial guards.
Okay.
He starts overseeing the test preparations without knowing that the Jedi are nearby. Seeing this as their chance, Anakin and Luke quickly move to place explosive charges near the power generations for the super laser. They are efficient, ensuring the entire area has an explosive waiting to be detonated. Qui-Gon and Kenobi ensure that they are able to safely place the explosives.
Qui-Gon? I think he means Quinlan.
Finally, as Palpatine orders the prototype to fire, the charges explode, causing the power systems to fail and making the super laser malfunction.
Oh shit.
The explosion blasts through the facility, sending debris flying everywhere. The power generators burst apart, causing fire and massive electrical sparks. The super laser's core melt down, and its cooling systems break, flooding the area with a stream of smoke. The facility shakes violently, and walls crumble, creating chaos and destruction. The entire place is engulfed in a blinding light and deafening noise as the explosion tears through everything. Amidst the chaos of the explosion, Anakin, Luke, Ahsoka, and Quinlan face off against Palpatine in a battle they've never experienced before.
Whoa.
The explosion has thrown debris everywhere, and the facility is crumbling around them. Palpatine was absolutely shocked when he saw the face of Anakin, a man he knew was dead. Terror struck down his spine as he knew the Force was working against them. Nevertheless, he pressed forward, using the dark side of the Force, sent bolts of lightning flying at them, and he threw pieces of the building.
I mean, yeah, we have some super powerful and skilled Jedi, but like Palpatine is just peak power.
And created terrifying illusions to confuse them. Despite the destruction, Palpatine is powerful and dangerous. Anakin, determined and focused, moves in closer to Palpatine. He skillfully uses his lightsaber, blocking the Emperor's attacks and countering with his own strikes.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Luke and Ahsoka work as a team, deflecting Palpatine's lightning and stopping the Emperor's darkseid attacks. Obi-Wan tries to help his friends by fighting Palpatine, but the Emperor uses his dark power to defeat him.
What?
Palpatine delivers the deadly blow and kills Obi-Wan.
Nah. Just like that? Come on, man, he's the master of defense.
At the same time, Quinlan, who is trying to strike at Palpatine's weaknesses, is hit by a powerful attack from the Emperor and is also killed. Anakin, Luke, and Ahsoka work together to prevent Palpatine from escaping, or even worse, killing another one of them. They coordinate their attacks and use the Force to support each other. Anakin finally manages to overpower Palpatine. He strikes with precision, cutting through the Emperor's defenses. Palpatine, realizing he is defeated and cannot escape, tries one last desperate attack but is finally overwhelmed.
Wow.
With a powerful final blow, Anakin kills the Emperor. With Palpatine's death and the destruction of the superweapon, the Empire begins to fall apart.
Man, we lost Kenobi on Quinlan.
News of the Emperor's demise spreads quickly throughout the galaxy. Without their leader and the fear he inspired, Imperial forces start to surrender or retreat. The Rebel Alliance seizes this chance to strike at important Imperial strongholds, taking control of key planets and space stations. As the Empire collapses, the galaxy starts to rebuild. People are hopeful for a new future without the Emperor's dark rule. The Republic is restored, and Bail Organa becomes Chancellor, ensuring a peaceful outlook for the future. After the New Republic is restored and peace starts to settle over the galaxy, Bail Organa calls a special meeting with Anakin, Luke, and Ahsoka. He reveals a secret that changes everything. Leia Organa, his adopted daughter, is actually Luke Skywalker's twin sister and Anakin's daughter. This shocking news
and Luke is also your fucking son.
Is a huge surprise and changes the dynamic of Anakin's family immensely. With this new knowledge, the three of them, along with Ahsoka, decide to focus on rebuilding the Jedi Order, which had nearly been destroyed by the Empire. They work together to create a new Jedi Academy that welcomes young Force users from across the galaxy. Anakin and Luke take on the role of Jedi Masters, teaching these young Jedi the ways of the Force. They emphasize the importance of balance, compassion, and using their powers for good. The new Jedi Order is different from the old one. It values diversity and understands that the Force can be used in many ways. The Academy includes not only traditional training in lightsaber combat and Force skills, but also lessons in diplomacy, leadership, and helping others. Ahsoka, with her unique experiences and insights, plays a crucial role in guiding the new students. She teaches them about surviving in a galaxy that can be harsh, and the importance of following their own path, while staying true to the Jedi values. It becomes a place where young Jedi can learn to grow and prepare to bring peace and justice to the galaxy. The Academy's curriculum is designed to be engaging and practical, focusing on real-life scenarios and challenges that Jedi might face.
Wow, sounds like something real-life schools should implement.
They also hold regular discussions about the Force's mysteries, encouraging students to think deeply and explore their own connection to it. With this new approach, the Jedi Order not only trains warriors, but also wise leaders, who can guide the galaxy into a bright future. The future of Anakin's life was bright, and he was excited to experience it with his family inside the new Jedi Order.
Wow, okay, very interesting what if. I'll give this one a 7 out of 10, just because, well, it's still really good. It's just not one of my favorites, you know. I'm not sure about the whole Reborn thing, but like, still really good what if, all of that. Sad that Kenobi died. 7 out of 10 for this what if. Let me know what you guys rate this what if out of 10 in the comment section down below, whether you agree with my 7 out of 10 rating, or if you don't, and why.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this reaction, make sure to go subscribe to Fantasy Folklore for more awesome what if content. And do not forget to subscribe to my channel, leave a like, and turn on those notifications so you never miss an upload. Remember that a new Star Wars what if reaction drops every single day. Join our Discord server, the link's in the description. Also, if you want to support the channel and get exclusive perks, consider joining our Patreon. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this video, so drop a comment with any feedback, or let me know which what if I should react to next. Anyway, thanks again for watching. This is the way, and may the Force be with you. And until then, I will see you next time.
Hey, you didn't watch it? Well, check out the video on the left side of the screen, which is specifically recommended for you, or check out the playlist on the right of the screen, which contains similar videos to this one, made by me, of course. Hey, remember, subscribe.